Welcome to Budget Beauty, where I help you look flawless for less. Welcome back, and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen and this is Budget Beauty. We do everything beauty on a budget, and that includes lots of new makeup releases. We talk about them every Saturday. I buy a lot of new eyeshadow palettes and a lot of new makeup releases in general. And today we are doing a first impression review and tutorial with one of the brand new Colourpop palettes, the Trouble Maker. When I saw this palette was released, I was really excited because the color story is unique. There's some really beautiful duochromes in here, which is something Colourpop doesn't always do. And we know how affordable Colourpop is. Now, there was quite a bit of pieces in this collection. I just went ahead and picked up the eyeshadow palette. I'll go ahead and insert some footage here of the unicarton, the back of the unicarton that shows the different shades, and then of course the palette itself. It is, like I said, absolutely beautiful. It is a cool toned palette, about a 50-50 mix of mattes and shimmers, but what really drew me to this was all the duochromes. For the price and being able to get several duochromes in the palette, to me it looks like there's 3 or 4 different multi-dimensional shifty duochrome shades, and then a couple of just traditional beautiful shimmers as well. I loved that this palette was light to mid-tone to deep, so you can really create a solid look. And of course, I loved the color story and the cool tone of this palette. It is absolutely stunning. I can't wait to try it on my eyes. It's swatched beautifully. Every shade swatched absolutely beautifully. Even this deep dark shade down in the corner was not patchy. It was smooth, it was buttery, it was a gorgeous matte, so I can't wait to apply this to my eyes. So if you're excited, give this video a big huge thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, because I upload lots and lots of new videos every single week. And of course, check out the description box down below where I will link the Trouble Maker palette with a discount for you, all of the other makeup that I'm wearing today, my favorite beauty boxes, and come follow me over on TikTok for a little bit more beauty on a budget. So let me zoom you in and let's try out the Colourpop Trouble Maker palette. First thing I'm going to do, as always, is prime my eyes with my MAC Paint Pot and Painterly. This is always linked in the description box. It's my all-time favorite eye primer. It definitely helps with the longevity and creasing of shadows. Now, there is no mirror in the palette, so I'm going to just use the mirror here in my Jaclyn Hill Compact. My eyes are primed, and let's get started with shadow. The hard part is deciding what type of look I want. I kind of am gravitating towards maybe a pinky look, but then I really want to use this kind of duochrome dark purple shimmer, this duochrome. So then I'm thinking maybe I want to do a more purpley leaning look. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a pretty easy transition shade, and then I can make decisions as I go. I'm going to start with this kind of pinky shade here called Younger Self. I'm going to pick that up on a fluffy brush and put that in my crease as my transition. Oh, that's really pretty. I expected it to be even a little bit more pinky than it is. If you can see on camera, it has a little bit of a lavender undertone. It's really beautiful. That little bit of lavender in the undertone of it is going to pair really nicely with all the other mattes and shimmers in the palette. That applied really, really nicely. I really like this color. It's very unique. Then I'm going to go into this little deeper shade. It's kind of a mauvey purple shade called 0Fs. And I'm going to pick that up with a little thinner, fluffy brush. And I'm going to apply that just in my crease itself. Not above my crease, just really focusing on the crease itself, kind of tapping that in, and then we'll blend that out. That's going to deepen up my crease and just add a little bit of depth. I really like this shade too. It is one shade deeper and one shade more purple than the first shade for the transition. So it's actually a perfect next step for that crease. Back in with that same fluffy brush to Younger Self. I'm going to pick up a little bit more of that and just use that to blend those two out and just soften those edges, just so there's not that harsh line. Now into this deep gray, grungy, cool toned color. I love that. It is called You Love It. I'm going to pick that up on a fluffy brush. Ooh, can you see there is a lot of kick up in the pan? Tap your brush off or you're going to have a lot of fallout. And I'm going to focus that in the outer corner to deepen that up. I really love this color. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. It is a deep cool tone gray with the blue base. I love this. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous color. Again, make sure you tap off your brush. I'm not getting a lot of fallout. I mean, I have a tiny bit on my face, not a huge deal. I've already set my face, so I'll just go in and brush it away. But this gray, because it is a deeper, more pigmented shade, you are going to get that little bit of kick up. So again, just tap your brush off. That'll really alleviate a lot of the fallout. This is beautiful. I mean, to be honest with you, this is probably my favorite cool tone gray shade in my collection. It is so beautiful and it went on flawlessly. And as always, I want to try the shimmers with both my finger and a brush so we can see how they apply. This deep dark purple Cold Hearted right here. Oh, it is so beautiful. It is deep. It is grungy. It is this kind of shifty purple with a black base. So I want to try that out with my finger. And I'm going to focus that on about this portion of my lid and out, reserving that inner portion for a little bit lighter shimmer shade. Oh yeah, this is really pretty. I see that shift of black to purple. Oh, I love it. I love a good shifty shade. It layered really nicely. There's no patchiness. And then of course you can see that really pretty black base with that purple shimmer. And this shade right here called Real. Oh, it is so gorgeous. I'm going to pick that up with a flat, dense brush. And I'm going to use that to do the other inner portion of my lid. We're gonna test this shimmer out on a brush. Now I don't have any glitter base, only my MAC primer. This is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, it is so pretty. Let's also try spraying my brush with some setting spray. Sometimes that will really help with that pigmentation too. Oh yeah, there we go. That's giving it that really pretty wet look. This shade may be even easier applied with your finger. Let's try it. So I picked up a little on my finger. Oh yeah, that's even better if you use your finger. So you can use a brush or your finger, whatever your preference is. But like I said, I feel like this particular shade is really easy to apply with your finger. And it's giving me all my duochrome needs in one shadow. It is so pretty. Of course, I have to use Villain Era. That's that pretty silvery, shimmery shade. Picking that up on a dense brush, I'm going to use that as my inner corner highlight. Ha, yes. Oh yeah, that is beautiful. Okay, Colourpop, okay, Troublemaker palette. I see you. These shades, oh my goodness. Now let's do our lower lash line. I'm going to go back into Cold Hearted, which is that deep shimmery shade with that black base. And I'm actually gonna use that for my lower lash line and just buff that across. So pretty. You do get that little bit of that purple vibe with it, which pairs really nicely with the purples in our crease. And then picking up this pink shimmery shade called Wild, I'm actually going to use that pink shimmer on my lower lash line as well to lighten it up and give me that really pretty shimmery lower lash line. The shade Wild is really beautiful too. Lastly, with that same fluffy brush that I used for my crease, I'm just going to do one last quick blend. Let me go ahead and apply liner, mascara. We'll do our lips together and I'll give you my final thoughts on the Colourpop Trouble Maker palette. So I've applied liner and mascara, and spoiler alert, this eye look, I'm obsessed with it. But before I give you my final thoughts, let's do our lips together. So I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner. This is one of my favorites. It's just a neutral, really pretty pink. It goes with everything, super creamy. I will make sure that this is linked down below. All the makeup that I'm wearing will be linked down below. This really is such a great lip liner. Like I said, it's super creamy, easy to apply, goes with everything. And I'm going to keep it simple today and use the Fenty Cream Gloss Bomb. These are one of my favorites. They're a lip gloss lipstick hybrid. So they're very, very opaque, but they give you that really pretty hydration and glisten from a lip gloss. Look how pretty this is. Very, very opaque, very creamy, very juicy, very hydrating. One of my all-time favorite glosses. So let's jump into my final thoughts on the new Colourpop Trouble Maker palette. I really like this palette. I love that it's cool tone. I love that the color story is unique, especially the Colourpop. I mean, they put out a lot of releases, so the fact that they have a more unique color story says a lot. The duochromes in here are beautiful. I mean, this silver shade right here, inner corner highlight, yes please, every day of the week. It is so beautiful, and for the price, I think this is a great palette option. Again, it does not have a mirror, but the color story, the formula, the mattes, the shimmers, everything is absolutely beautiful. I'm really happy that I picked this up. I've been getting more into cool tones, and I actually am excited to do a more pinky look using some of the pinky purple shades, and then maybe this beautiful shade, which is called Baddie, up in the corner as my inner corner highlight. I just see a lot of possibilities with this palette, and for the price, you can't beat it. Don't forget, I will link the Trouble Maker palette down below with a discount for you. Let me know what you guys think. Did you pick this up? Are you going to pick this up now that you saw a review, tutorial, my first impressions on the palette? And of course, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not, because I upload lots and lots of new videos every single week. And don't forget to check out the description box for all the other makeup that I'm wearing today, the Colourpop palette, my favorite beauty boxes, and come follow me on TikTok for a little bit more beauty on a budget. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.